Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it, Your girl said he broke her heart. Your boy said she didn't love him from the start. It was never meant to be. You ask me how I know, cause everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it,
Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Everybody's Talking About It. I am your boy, Mark J. We are on the show where we talk about everything everybody's talking about. Season 5, Episode 6. We're talking about being too grown for that. Grow the fuck up. I'm so serious about this shit. There's so many things that I want to cover in this topic, man. There's so many things. But let me go around, say hey to everybody. E, little bro, it's back. What up, E?
Yeah.
I know you've been seeing some shit out here that you be like, you too grown for this shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Beautiful.
What's up?
Come on, you agree with me?
I'm ready.
All right, let's talk. We gotta get into this. Cuz, you with me, Khalid?
You already know.
We sick of this shit, right? I'm tired.
Sick of these niggas.
Rodney, you are the oldest man I know.
Oh.
Say no.
Damn.
Rodney's like, no, my best friend is here.
Damn.
Rodney, you ready to talk?
I'm ready to talk.
And so it's a couple of things that I really want to go over in this episode. One, I'm going to start it off light, because I know y'all got to be tired of this shit. I'm sick of y'all grown motherfuckers doing these solo TikToks. Y'all rocking y'all fucking hips and shit. And it's just y'all by y'all. And I can say, I like it with the kids. If y'all doing it with the family, the husband, and the kids, it's cute. But if you by yourself and you a service worker at that, you're supposed to be getting my order, delivering my package, doing all of this shit. Why the fuck are you out here? And all this at a certain fucking age. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking playing with y'all. It's like, I don't fucking get it. And it'd be like, yo, please don't have me out here by myself. Please do not have me out here by myself saying that this doesn't annoy the fuck out of you. And it's also like a fucking turnoff. Like, you be like sitting here like, yo, I really
I don't mind a person's TikTok.
No, I don't mind like a TikTok where maybe you might be recreating a saying or something like that. But if you
It's
actually out here,
it's the dancing. You like the dancing?
out here, and then got on a fucking uniform at that.
You on the clock. You on the clock. Though.
You get breaks at work.
Now I can see if you're in your private office and you might be like, you like the weatherman who do the dancing video and all that. That's fly.
So it's okay for the white man?
You know, I didn't say it was okay for the white man. Never said it was okay for the white man, but this man
Who
is
said the
a
white man
part
was
of
the
his
weatherman?
everyday
The
career.
man
He's
that's
now
the
known-
weatherman every day?
But listen, he's known as the dancing weatherman. Like, that's like a part of his persona. But that's how you making your bread and butter. But come on now. You're right. But if you're known as that, like, so I have a friend who's known, he went to Kappa with us. Terrell, he graduated 07. He's the neighborhood garbage man. Yes, Kappa. And he's famous for that because he's done something positive and people know him for what he does. And it's like, okay, we got that. So it's not like this is now like a gimmick. This is something that you've taken a passion in. You've taken something, like you noticed something in that. But it's like you out here, 8 people liked it. 8 fucking people liked it. And you still continue to upload these videos and and you the closest thing to 40.
So what, Maurice? These
I'm
people
sorry.
can get on the latest
Is
trend.
it cool for the group? You know when they do the group?
Like I said, if you are now, here's another thing. Here's my rules to exception. I like to see like the little cuffy things with the bridal parties or the family reunions. I'm okay with that. It's for a reason. Or if you have the kids out here and your kids are doing it and you joining in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about grown men and grown girls. Y'all sitting out here, the closest thing to 40. I mean 40.
Yeah,
And y'all
it's
just
just
out
fun,
here and having fun.
Maurice.
It's not just fun, Rodney. I'm sorry.
It's just fun. They ain't bothering nobody.
Okay.
They just doing a
Yeah,
quick 8
I'm
count.
not annoyed by it.
I'm not
The
annoyed
ones
by
that be
it.
doing all the dances, I be trying to figure out where y'all find the time to learn.
Yeah, all right,
Or maybe
now,
I'm the slow one.
Every
but like,
trend
where
though
with
you
this time?
join. But you
I don't know.
know,
I just look
a
at
quick
it
8
as
count.
like we work all fucking day long. We got these badass fucking kids,
me shake this. Let me do a little.
I'm so glad that you brought up the kids.
It'll be
Because
8
now,
hours
what
before work.
are the kids supposed to have? Like, I always said that, like, you know, like, remember when we were growing up and we would get into the circles and do the Wu-Tang battles and stuff? Our mothers wasn't in the circle with us doing. Was your mother in the circle with you doing the Wu-Tang battle?
My mom.
Was your mother
My
in the
mom
circle
does
with you?
percolator to this day. So
Right, but she does the percolator. That was the dance of her time.
No, the percolator was my era.
All right, but that's still, but it's a dance. But she does the percolator. She wasn't in the middle of the Wu-Tang battle, like going like, "All right, daughter, get into it, like." That's what bothers me.
Oh, you really don't know my mama because my mama champions all my
Okay, it's not
bullshit.
that she didn't champion you, but I'm saying did she
I
not let you
So
have
your
yours?
boy is
Like my mom, her era was the bop and stuff, so that's hers. You know what I mean? That's what she does.
Yeah, but I don't
She'll
think
give a little.
today that stuff isn't coin kid stuff anymore.
But right, but
It's
what
like
I'm
a
saying to
family.
you is,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how are we calling the kids stuff when Uzi be out here rocking his hips?
now but has Uzi?
She's
She's making it seem like she's saying it as if Uzi was like that of the Denzel Washington category or something.
I'm just
We're
saying,
talking,
that's
not
right.
right.
It's the
No, I'm just
line.
saying we said what we said was kid stuff back then, like the Wu-Tang was all kids. Today, since social media has evolved, it's no longer
As
kid
we're
stuff.
blurring the lines is
I
what I'm
think,
saying. So
yeah.
that means kids don't have anything to enjoy of their own
I don't
because
know,
we're
'cause
really,
my mom
really
does the
for real
percolator,
making,
I'm so scared.
we're finding loopholes. Because even with TikTok, remember when they did that little spicy challenge where all the fucking people did the Doja Cat song in the
Red silhouette.
Yeah, the silhouette challenge.
Kids is doing it?
No, I'm saying the adults
Oh.
went on. Because remember, TikTok was really,
Yeah.
it really started off with all kids. Like, all the kids was doing all the little funny shit on this stuff. And then TikTok became sexualized and all that. It's like when do kids shit just be kids shit and we got our own shit? Like, remember when it was
Facebook
shit
was
that
for
back
college
when we
kids
was
against
growing up,
the
adult shit,
internet,
adult
people
shit.
But then, if you want to say that, then social media, period. Facebook was for college kids only.
And it was.
Instagram, all of the little corny stuff we do, that's kids
But
stuff.
I don't. But it depends on how you
That could
use your
all be kids
Instagram.
stuff.
See, I don't use my Instagram to fucking what should I say? Entertain youth, or to like sit here and try. Like I posted something that said, I don't have to turn myself into a parody. I don't do the shit you do for popularity. And that's when I say that shit, I mean that shit. Like I don't have to go ahead and turn myself into a caricature to get people to like something of mine. Now, if it's something of a talent that I'm blessed with and I need to put that on display, that's a little bit of something different than me turning myself into a buffoon for some likes at my big age.
I mean,
Is what I'm saying.
I don't think that's it. I think it's like a thing. It's become a thing of fun, especially in like the high stress
think it's
world
just
we
fun.
live in. Yeah, I Me don't too. think it's a thing.
Well, y'all disagree.
I mean, I'm gonna say yeah.
Y'all
I
disagree.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said,
Eternal, are you on my side?
I'm sorry, bro.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I can't
It's
rock
like one
with
of
you
those
on
things.
that one.
Like, and love you.
There's no
Lay
age
you down.
limit. It's no age limit.
Yeah, lay you down, but like I'm a big person. On even if it's something I won't do, I won't necessarily talk there. Like I mean, my line is like mistreating like children, but yeah, it's not really no age limit because it's people that watch cartoons. and-
I'd rather
People
that than the beef.
yeah, like
arguing.
the hype
and
ass.
posting
I'm
hood
cool
fights.
with that too.
Yeah.
I'm
all
cool
of that.
on that too. And I
Do
don't
your
want to
dance,
say
I don't
it like,
care.
oh, I would rather this in place of this or this and this and that. I would want, it's just like we don't have those, like I said, the lines are now being blurred. It's
I feel
kind
like
of
they've
like,
been blurred
even
though. We
when-
was on Facebook. That wasn't made for us as preteens or teenagers.
Sure.
but I didn't have, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't get I got my Facebook my senior year of high school, like right before I went to college. So I didn't
I was
have
in like
it.
8th grade.
Yeah, I didn't have it that
I
young.
had-
But
I had my
Facebook really
Facebook
had
in, like,
started,
10th.
I'm about to say, because Facebook
Yeah,
really had just started popping closer to like my ending of high school. It really
It was
wasn't something
MySpace
that
first,
wasn't.
and
Yeah,
then
MySpace was,
MySpace, yeah.
what was something that was really popping while I was in high school. But what I'm saying is, it's not so much of that. I just feel like even overall, the way we use social media as adults should be different. Like that's just for me. I can't speak to everybody. That's not what I'm trying to do, honestly. What I'm just trying to do is because for me, I feel like sometimes you'll get to a point in your limit, like, all right, I like this person cool, this person seems cool. But all of a sudden you see some childish shit and it's just like, yo, like where do we get to the point where we gotta cut something out?
So how?
Like,
What do you think? How do you think adults are supposed to use? So if you don't like that, then why? What are adults supposed to be using their TikTok
And also,
social media for?
and to further add on that, do you ever think that you seeing these certain things because the way your timeline is too. Because you can shift that.
And you're right.
And so I think sometimes, and realizing like, yeah, you follow like your friends from high school, people from work, your cousin, Nuck and them.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes, I love you, cousin Nuck, but I don't give a fuck about you and your baby dad arguing on this thing.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm just saying,
I definitely eliminate drama. So if you're one of those people that always gotta post your drama, especially after, for me, I'm always like kind of adamant about age because I feel like at a certain point in your life, you should have eliminated some of that kind of stuff out of your life, or you should at least been tired of it by now. Particularly arguing with somebody on social media.
Okay, you
What?
I'm tired of females getting pregnant by ain't shit ass niggas, then crying about being single mothers. I feel like we've seen too many single mothers to know how the narrative goes, and I'm not saying that every situation is promised or ideal. However, some of these situations bitches be getting themselves into, and then once you feel sympathetic.
Well, in most cases, I would say this, not even just in sometimes, I think in most cases, because here's the problem. When you are, I feel like once you get to the laying down with somebody stage, you're pretty much self-aware of what's going on. Because you didn't already take it to that part of the relationship.
If it wasn't your mama, it was your aunt or your grandmother. Like, you've seen a single mother struggle. So, like, this ain't new.
The indicator usually is how if they have kids already, how they interact with their other kids.
Right. And I say this.
Or how they don't.
I say this.
Right. And then you be thinking you're going to change them. Silly you.
I say this wholeheartedly. That's another thing that I think is very, very childish. But I think across the board, going to social media about anything personal, like that. If you're having an up with anybody, why isn't that the first call you make? Like, why is it that you go to conference? I just shared something on Facebook not too long ago about, like, go to God before you go tell Facebook. And then I'll put on there as a disclaimer and then keep it to yourself after that. Like, because why?
Right, because God didn't tell you to tell everybody.
Yeah, like, why are you sitting out here telling everybody, like, you're arguing with somebody? Or that you're beefing with somebody that somebody probably on your Facebook page ain't even connected to? And then it's like, what are you looking for? Unsolicited advice from people that ain't even going to give you nothing but just talk you mad, as I like to say. You just want somebody to
right,
get you
because the
angry.
ones that actually got some sense is looking at you like, girl, why did you post this? They're not going to respond to you.
Why did you fucking post this? And I say that it's like people that just like to cause fucking unnecessary drama. Where the fuck do you realize you gotta grow the fuck up? Like, and growth stopped after a long time for some people. It's just like, you really are still a part of this at this big age?
Yeah, sad to say.
Not me. And I feel like if you have,
Not me.
you gotta go to it. You gotta go to it. For me, I am an advocate for therapy.
Oh,
And
I got one. Go ahead, once you're done.
No, wait, I'm done.
Go ahead, I'm done. I'm not a fan of that's how I am, people. Bitch. Let me tell you, motherfucking
I say
something.
that wholeheartedly all the time.
And I mean that bitch and that motherfucking real deep. And that's not acceptable at a certain point.
Right.
It's not. Because what you have to be ready for when you give them that's just how I am is people not dealing with you.
Right.
And then you be mad if they don't want to deal with you. Bitch. You said I told you what I don't like. You have refused to move on it, so I'm gonna move the fuck on.
And here's the thing. I've had that conversation with Rodney before. I said Rodney because I had a heart-to-heart conversation with Rodney before because, like I said, I like to keep my friendships going and thriving. And I said that. I said, Rodney, I never want to get to a point in my life where you're going to sit here and describe to somebody and go, well, that's just my best friend. That's how he is. I said, that's motherfucking unfucking acceptable at this age. At 16 and 15, when we were those ages, that's cool. Like, that's all well and good, but nobody has to accept nothing from nobody. If there's something in your life that I'm doing that you do not like, say that shit. So I can go ahead and act on that if it's something that I'm willing to change. Like I said, like I feel for me, it's certain things about myself that I'm never negotiating. Like people always say, like, "Oh, you're so blunt, you're so this," but that's one of the things I actually love about myself. So that's one thing I'm never going to willing to negotiate on.
But also, you've also expressed that you're like even in that stance, you're fine with if people choose to walk away from you for those reasons. But a lot of people who be like, I mean, that's just how I am,
and then they feel like you're obligated to accept them as that. Everything for everybody.
And then, like I said, then on the other side of that is the people that just kind of take that for what it is, but constantly complain about said treatment, like, bitch, get the fuck up and move the fuck on.
You too old not to be.
You too old not to be assertive for yourself. Set these motherfucking boundaries. And for the viewers out here at home and for these nice people at the table,
say it again.
We'll say
love that word. Every season they come up.
Lacking accountability.
And that's the problem. And it's like accountability, it works works on both sides.
Yes, it do.
A lot of times people feel like, I feel like this person did me wrong, but they don't want to take into account that maybe I didn't know that I was how I worded this was wrong. Like I said, I had an issue
You never said
when we went to
nothing.
Miami. I had that conversation, and it's like, you can't just keep shutting down and going, oh, well, this is the situation. No, tell me. Because if I hurt you in some way, then I can go ahead and act on that and be accountable for me hurting
Even you
you
get
without
two
me
reactions
knowing
out.
it because I said it in a way that I would receive it.
I say, because I'm the same way. Because one thing about me, you'll never confuse how I feel about you. It's never no in between. It's not no gray area. It's never no thing like, oh my God, Clea, I thought you liked me. Why the fuck did you think that? Because I never gave that indication. So, like, feeling you?
Nigga, you a munch!
No. And then my thing is, if I do or say something that you don't particularly care for, or if it does hurt your feelings, you're going to get two reactions out of me. You come to me, I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. I will do better. I will try to do better. Or a bitch like me. I'm going to be like, well, I'm sorry, but I meant what I said. And you can, and at that point, when I said what I said, leave my lips, I'm prepared for everything. I'm prepared for you to cuss me out. I'm prepared for you to try to swing on me so I can fuck you up. And I'm prepared for you to walk away from it. I'm prepared for all of it. And that's the thing, people are not prepared for that.
Right, because that's, Khalid, you hit it right on the nose, because that's how I said, I got to the point of growth where people say, so for me, if I'm passionate about something, you'll probably get back and forth with me, because that means I care enough to say, all right, let's work through this. For me, you can say, oh, Maurice is angry once he shuts down.
Yeah.
Like when I shut down and I'm completely quiet, that means I'm going to let you finish your statement. But the last thing I say to you, this will be it. Because that's what growth has gotten me. That means that one or two things is going to happen. You're either going to want to get physical with me, or you're going to want to end it all together. So therefore, I'll take either one, because
I'm ready
we'll
for
never speak after this. This will be the very last time we'll be speaking. Yeah, because I'm not going through this in this day.
That's real. My thing is, I don't like no whole bunch of shows, no whole bunch of public. I be like, baby, you can put this show on, you better make it your best one, because this your last one with me.
Can we talk about the shows?
Let's do it.
It's too old to be buying fake designer.
Woo!
Like for real, like when you put it on, do you feel decent inside knowing that shit's fake, or like, is it enough to think, oh, they gonna think this shit real, and they gonna think I get to a bag that like feeds you? Like what y'all get?
The fact that y'all spend a couple hundreds, or the lower thousands of dollars on fake rollies, and if you just be patient, you could have a rollie.
That's the other part. If y'all too old, then I be worried about your savings and your credit, and y'all just living in the now.
Or I go you one better.
Y'all got kids out here.
You're too fucking old if that's what's clouding your mind anyway. If keeping up with the Joneses is a part of your mindset, you are not ready for life at all. And that means you then have to reevaluate. This is where I always say, I like to use that word reevaluate, because I always say, where what the fuck is in your budget? Like, where what the fuck is in your means? Don't sit up here and have this fucking media making you feel like you gotta wear Louis Vuitton if you can't fucking afford it. You're everything about you should already know that. That's what I'm saying. That's not
But how does that make them feel?
But wait. So I'm just being devil's advocate. So what made y'all think that, you know what I mean? How was it grown to where?
Oh no! Let's not get it twisted, because there's a lot of people that lean on that designer shit and they look like a ball of fucking corn every day.
Because I always say that. Kalia, you took it right out of my nose. I say that it's a way that you gotta wear that shit. At the end of the day, I hate when you see people, oh, I got a Louis Vuitton coat on, a Gucci shirt, I'm wearing Givenchy pants, and I'm wearing Christian Louboutin shoes. And then you making it seem like, oh my God, it's all this money, but you really just like a clash of a mess, because you decided that you wanted to wear every expensive item that you own today.
Style and fashion is two different things.
And very much so.
Yeah,
because you can wear a pair of Louis Vuitton with an outfit that you put together for $15.
Hello. Specialize.
And it could be the most fashionable thing walking the runway tomorrow. I'm sick of these motherfuckers. I'm sick of them. Because here's another thing. I had a conversation where I say we too grown for that, because there's so many. On a previous episode last season, it was called Talking About People, and I had a situation with a close family friend who decided to put my family member, my mother more specifically, inside of an issue that happened between me and them. And I kept saying to myself, like, as I kept reflecting on it, I said, you know what? We too old for this shit. And this family member is 10 years older than I am. Maybe even 15 years older than I am. And I'm sitting up here like, you have my number directly because you text me on my birthday and Father's Day every year. So why would you have to try to start issues with other people? And I said this because I had another issue with a friend almost 2 years ago, where it was like, well, why would you put, if you knew that, if you had a friend, Kalia, you and Ebony are friends.
Okay.
I say something to you about Ebony.
Okay.
You decided, instead of just calling Ebony because we're all friends, to say, let's just ask Ebony, let's call Ebony today, and let's just have a conversation. You decide to wait until I'm not in the room. Tell your own version of the story to Ebony, and now Ebony's coming at me sideways.
Okay.
So then you start to look at yourself like, aren't we too old for this? Why don't we just be friends? Aren't we too grown? Aren't we supposed to be in each other's lives to where we can communicate this and say, hey, you know what? We're all friends. Let's just have this conversation together. I'm trying to understand why people are in that season of still wanting to be, I guess, messy. I guess we can use that term.
So I'm going to answer this, and I've been saying this. It's revised. The saying used to be a little bit different, but it's gotten a little bit more classier since I've gotten older. So the saying used to be, mothers and brothers are stealers and killers too. So it doesn't matter who the person is to you, they're still the type of person that they are. So now that phrase has evolved. That start looking at people for who they are and not who they are to you. The cloud of relationship. Period.
It's a bar.
You know, it's just like, so I feel like we're too grown for that. Like I said in one of the episodes this season, can't quite remember. Kind of intoxicated right now. Nut shit is nut shit all the way around. It doesn't matter if your mom do it, your best girlfriend do it, if your man do it, if your girl do it. Nut shit is nut shit every day of the week. But because that's your mom, your best girlfriend, your man, your whoever, y'all let that shit slide. But if somebody on the intranet did it, or a celebrity did it, or somebody that y'all know in the neighborhood did it, it's not nut shit. So we're too grown to be excusing nut shit from anyone.
I agree.
And that's all I have to say. That's
I got another one.
Go ahead.
We too old to be lying on our dick and.
Wow! Come on, sermon. Speak on.
Like, oh yeah, I smashed such. Yeah, yo, shorty ain't
That
giving
really
no time.
does still happen in the dog.
Or they call you a hoe if you didn't give it to the chicks.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That really does still happen. I've seen it, and I just be like,
Bad word.
Yeah.
All right, since we're going there, we are too grown to be calling Lori Harvey a fucking hoe. She's fucking dating. She's fucking dating.
Yeah.
At the fucking end of the day, she ain't no motherfucking hoe. These niggas ain't friends. It is what it is. At the end of the day, if I don't fucking want you, I'm grown enough to say that. I'm moving on to the next. That's it. I'm going to date who the fuck I want. That's it.
But that don't need to be everybody's business.
It don't bother. It's only everybody's business because of her status.
Their status.
She can go.
If
She can go to the dollar store tomorrow and be pictured with a man they're gonna release tomorrow.
Imagine
That
if
she's
she
gonna
had
date.
dated 5 men if she wasn't
The
rich.
last 2, maybe 3 men that you dated, you posted them on your gram?
Oh, well, then, no, we not talking about me.
Dated, just dated.
Oh, no, we not talking about me.
See, come here. Do you agree with me?
I do agree with you in a sense of like, but it's a lot of, we're going to take into account that I've only had 2 boyfriends in my life. So the fact that everybody, like, I always hear that people with somebody's boyfriend, I'm like, oh my God, you guys like people so fast. I don't even know if I like this nigga breathing for 6 months. It's beyond me. But no, I do agree with you. I do feel like people automatically think a man and a woman in the same space or company is having sexual relations. And it's just not always true.
But even if she was, let's say she legit.
I mean, she can always have that
They
autonomy
were
to
going
do
towards
so.
long-term relationship status. If that same scenario was 2 tax brackets down, we would have never even cared. She's doing the same
these folks
thing.
that I went to school with that got a new nigga every couple months, I look at them sideways too.
But even still, why though?
Because that shouldn't be everybody's business.
It's not that it is. I don't put my business out there like that either. I agree to that. I will say that. I do agree that
It's a
that kind of
preference
stuff, but
thing.
that's a preference, Ebony, and you can't
Like,
knock
I
a
don't- yeah.
preference. I feel like at the end of the day,
Because I'm
that
tired of
what
seeing
she's
some
doing
of y'all
is
fake
what
married
we all
people,
do.
too. Like, let's keep it above.
It's
Like, you claim his last name on the gram, and he would never in his life give you his last name.
which one?
We gotta
Grandson
grow
or
up.
the other one?
I'm talking about people in general.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was piggybacking off what she said.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
I'm tired of these fake married.
But
I'm
it's
tired of
a-
some of the real married
York.
ones. Like,
It
I
is what
swear I
it
don't
is.
need every post to be about you and Tyrone. I promise.
But that leads me to what we're going to talk about next week, which
We gonna
is
talk
sex
about next
tapes.
Oh, Jesus.
I got nothing to do with that.
And he ain't got nothing to do with
Where's the
that. So
segue
when
for
you
that?
I'm a
tune in
virgin,
next
so I
week,
can't speak on
we're
that.
going to really talk about that. So we're going to get into that. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. See y'all later. Out.
Bye.